which is the important part. You'll have to drop a comment or you know, reach out to me, let me know what you think of playing this kind of game. I recommend it. There's a lot of free servers that people host, and it's really easy to host your own server. In fact, when you play single player, you actually do host your own server technically, just locally. So here it comes to the shops now, where our other fleet is, and I'll kind of run through the order of ships here. So this was Angie's first little boat, and again, we were both still kind of we're kind of new, and I mean, it's not that it's a bad ship at all. It worked great. It's very quick, and she actually has a little room inside of it. We actually do one of these. Park it. Get out. The float. Space float. So she's got her little plex doors here, so you can kind of seal it up, make it more realistic. She's got boxes, you know, you can store stuff in these boxes. It's really kind of cool that you could, like, literally have a base that you can take with you on your adventures. Like in Minecraft, you always had to, like, build makeshift bases, which is part of, like, foraging, you know, but this is space foraging. So that's kind of, get with the times, Gramps. We don't got time to build a new house everywhere we go. Damn. So here's my, well, this is technically my second ship. My first ship is really close in design, it's just not as big. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like a crossbreed fighter of like a lot of different shows, you know, something almost atypical that you'd see in a movie or a show. But I like it. I mean, it's sleek and it's cool to watch fly around, and I can do barrel rolls and shit. You know, it's got the long nose, it's got the tractor beam, it's got rockets, which I should probably even kind of work on. Oh, it's going to lock onto the heat signature. Fuck. Oh, I destroyed my little ship. That was so funny, though. Totally worth it. So worth. Yeah. Anyway, and then my fucking laser gun. Now, all those individually aren't like crazy strong, but you know, that's the thing. You balance out the damage with being the fact that there's a whole bunch of damage coming at you. Like once the shields come down, it just like takes their blocks away, and you just chip away until you hit their core. It's really cool. You can use like shift and scroll to kind of scroll back if you're that kind of dude who likes being external, which I just always so prefer being cockpit with everything I kind of do right in it, make it more real. Yep. So don't lose this. So this is something I was gonna kind of show you guys here. So I think I'm still technically, yeah. We're building the Cylon mothership. If you've ever seen it, it's got like 3 points and 2 halves, and they kind of like a starfish, space starfish. So right over here, I noticed that you kind of leave the sector right back. So now I'm not moving right now, but it looks like I'm moving down because like I left the sector. But then I can like fly forward. Oops, see, I'm still out of the sector technically. Where are we at here? That's so crazy, I can't find that sweet spot anymore. Huh. Unless things are like moving around. Oh, see, yeah, it's right there. That's so crazy. It's almost like these objects are moving, like when I shut the server down and reloaded or things. Because it was further away than that. Like this object, these are almost going to be in a different sector soon. Almost the shop is too. I mean, the stars right there kind of show, like right now, bam, it's moving, and then like, bam, now it's not. So let me get back up a little bit higher. Just back up a little bit at a time. crunch. So yeah, that's a weird little thing about the game that I think they're working on it right now. I think basically what it comes down to is to make day and night cycles on things. They had to rotate the sectors because, I mean, you can't, I don't know. I guess it's weird. You know, like, the sectors kind of rotate individually to simulate because they're not loading everything at once. So unless they figure out some kind of way to know where the other planets would be at just by without even having to render it or without having to keep track of it necessarily. No, that's just my opinion, I guess. Anyways, on to the next step of this game. So once you've built a ship, really you also want to have harvesters. You want a harvester gun or something to that degree, and always, again, more blocks mean more power. More power means you do stuff faster, get shit done. So this is the harvester ship that I made. I had other harvester ships, but this is like my most recent rendition of it, I'd say. I have each one of those is, you know, its own high-powered cannon that basically comes back all the way to about the cockpit here, maybe a little bit more. Also with an engine with the advanced design, which I could probably show you now. This, depending on how I break this up, this may be that later episode that I spoke about in the earlier episode, or the other day's episode, however you want to look at it, I guess. So, one of the advanced blocks in your ship is the gravity block. You can use it to simulate gravity, and the interesting part is if you step out of your ship, you basically skydive out into space. Until gravity's like, oh, I'm only up here. And then the ship realizes, I'm not in it anymore, and decides to turn it off automatically, which then I can fly back in and turn it off. But it makes sense that that would be emitting a gravity field that would affect a small area. Yeah, like I say, here's those harvester tubes, the coils of the weaponry. They just kind of come all the way from the front. And the energy is doing the same thing. Now those are not touching for a reason. I have them on corners. If you notice, all around here, everything's basically a corner with these power blocks, because if they touch, it treats it as a different, like the same power source, but if it's on a diagonal, then it's like a different power source and it adds up differently in the long run. And you can trick the game into thinking that this power line attached to this one going up and this one going down, which actually goes down, down, down to the front, is actually a cube of energy blocks. So it thinks that this whole area that I'm standing in, going all the way to the front, again, is a huge amount of power blocks going. So I have one over here, and I have one over that way, and there's one kind of, you know, they're going in different directions, needless to say. So I have lots of little power blocks. They all fuel those cannons and your thrusters, and they help you get around. And then my core is nice and secured right up in here, along with my, you know, salvage computer to keep that from blowing up as well. So get in it. I have a couple viewpoints, you know, very front for harvesting purposes, up on the cab for flying, and then like inside, of course, from the core. But we're gonna focus up in the cab here, and I'm actually just gonna see if I can locate a little asteroid right nearby, just to show off, you know, why you're building a harvester, what the point is, what you need it for. So there's a little asteroid here. You can go to the planets. You can find space stations floating around on the planets. I found a city, and it had a big box of loot on it, and that's where I got a lot of this money from. This 5 million is from that box. Angie found a pyramid, my ladies, Xena. So yeah, it's very kind of cool. You find these little resources. See, like that right on there. That's a resource. Now I have beams galore. So I just like burn this asteroid up. It's really kind of cool and soothing at the same time. I mean, you could just kind of burn it. That's what I'm saying. I could take this asteroid down before you even knew it. You know, and some people will just take the good blocks, you know, just kind of fly around it and just kind of zap those good blocks out of there, which, I mean, that's understandable if you're trying to be quick about it. You might as well build a quicker ship than this. This is kind of more of a barge. just meant to take it down. And that's where I got that 20, what did I say, 20,000 iron? Like a steel hull. I found a station, I just kind of zapped the crap out of it. So, once you've gathered all your resources, you could then go back to your shop. And I have a bunch of ships over here, so I can just follow these markers. And plus, it points out like a giant, I won't say what right now. Starfish arm, that's what. Okay. So once you're back to the shop, you can actually sell this stuff for space bucks. Space money. And it's pretty easy. I mean, for example, what do I have a lot of? Red rock, right? So, I could just go to my inventory, rather, and just drop here to sell. And it's like, you know, this is how many you're going to sell. Current selling value is, you know, 28,000. So just for some rock. Can't take any more. Oh, I'm full up on rock right now. So yeah, that's a nice balance in the economy. Just force you to, like, you can't sell all your whole planet of rocks for millions of dollars. No, you gotta kind of work it off. You gotta go to the satellites and harvest that actual steel or windows, lights, you know, things like that. Or, you know, actually then turn around and use them to make ships, like the ones I'm flying. And this one I just made for my lady. Come on, you fat beast. Look at her. Yeah, she's pretty. People are like, it looks too flat on the top. F you. That's all I gotta say. I don't take your ships and say they look too weird. Do I? No, so leave mine alone. So, yes, that leads me on to one little final note here, since I could probably cover it really quickly and just break this into two. For those of you joining me from the first part, thank you for watching. Probably a minute or two late, anyways. But yes, this is the latest ship that I built. Really, I mean, I built this harvester later, but it's kind of just simplistic. I just threw it together. This took a little bit more thought and time. It's yeah, I guess you'd call it a gunship if you called it anything. I don't know if it's big enough to be a gunship. Still kind of learning these sizes of spaceships that are all imagined anyways, but so if you see, I turned off the gravity and I'm kind of like flipping out of control here, so you may really want to correct that before you get in. You can press C and it will auto center your ship for you, and it gets it even on the X and Z and Y and everything like that, so then you can get out of it. And I'm getting impatient going. So then with your gravity off, you have an ample door and you won't like have a hard time getting back into your ship, which is important. You want to be able to fly away. I mean, when you think about how big this is compared to my harvester, I mean, my harvester's average sized. That's very tiny too. So, decorative fin, you know, flat tops. This is a turret. Turrets work similar to building a ship. You place your core, which I can get in if I wanted to, you know. And you can build it through here. You know, and I probably... This probably won't work now that I really look at it a second time after building it, is that my arrows are pointing that way, like the front of the turret is that way, but yeah, I mean, this is how I learned it, so I guess I'd have to demo it, but yeah, this should be right anyways. I mean, you just gotta put some power in it, you put some guns to make them strong, you know, and then you can actually get in your ship and actually save it and repurchase it. So that's another reason why you want to like earn money, is that you can buy all these parts in the reconfiguration, like a blueprint, and so you can buy all your turrets instead of having to handcraft them. It still gives you the option to handcraft them. You don't have to do that. That's up to you. You can play with or without the shop. The shop will get filled by the Federation, so you don't have to go looking all the time for other stuff. There are infinite shops everywhere. Just look around. Yeah, so then the turret, you just kind of... There's a computer part in here. I think that's the weapons computer. Just wondering where I put that. That's the Bobby AI module. So you can, like... Oh, I went inside of it. Or try to, yeah, so you activate it, and I've already activated it. It probably just turns it off for some reason, but then it's active so that when you're under attack or attacking someone else, it'll shoot at the targets for you, which is quite nice. Quite nice. Yeah, so maybe I'll get in here and kind of show. I also did build this one, so it has some similar power, setups. The floor is probably covering one of the power strips as well, and the cannons are as well. I built two guns. It's divided down the middle, which you can probably see right here. Yep, there's a gap between there. Gaps are great for putting shield blocks, or these power. Those are like maximum power increasers, so you have more power, not just a faster recharge. And she's got her grabbing block here, but. Like I say, you can put some shields here and just increase your shields, your maximum shields, and their recharge time. Decor it if you want, like some decor. So we'll get in here. There, see, we're in build mode right now. Press over, move to the front of the ship. Now, again, a little bit thicker of a ship, but the cannons are what are important. If I start flying with those guns blasting, power, bam, you can't shoot anymore. You're just done. And that's a little bit of a problem. I may look at trying to get a little bit more power in here without necessarily killing the speed, which may actually help the speed if you think about it. Adding more power to both the guns and the thrusters would be beneficial to the ship. So maybe you'll see that next time. But yeah, thanks for checking out my first Starmade video. It's I believe it's still free at this time, but the purchase price is now $6. It was $3. It is now $6. So get a move on. It's a really fun game if you liked Minecraft. It's one of those games that you can easily jump back into if you got bored and kind of fell out of it. I was basically getting back into Minecraft at this time when I found this game, and it's kind of like a mod, if you will, but it's unique in its own way as well. So look for more of this. I will be playing a lot of this. I'll be spending a lot of time actually just recording myself doing normal things, and then kind of maybe collabing it, crushing it up and giving you me quick building the mass design at the end kind of thing. You've seen those kind of videos, but just to kind of give you some ideas of what you can do with this game. You'll probably see some more tutorials as I learn things as well, so look out for those. And of course my other videos. And I might as well say it now. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of these videos, what you think I can do to improve, because that's what this is about. I want to get better at, talking to you guys, talking about things that you want to hear. Yeah, just being more personable, I guess. It just kind of helps you be a nicer dude in real life, So yeah, again, leave me a comment, a like, tell me what you want to see. If there's a game you want to see, let me know. And again, it's been great. Check you later. Have a good time.